Hey, my name's Ricky. I'm here from Wall of Sound, and I'm chatting with Angelmaker all the way from Canada in North America. How you going, fellas?
Hey Ricky.
How's it going?
Hey.
Is this a tour bus you're on right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you on
Yeah,
the
we
road? Are you going at 100 k's an hour right now?
we're parked at a venue here, and where are we right now?
Silver Spring,
Silver Spring,
basically Washington D.C.
basically Washington D.C. Yeah, we're just at the venue. We're on tour right now with Black Dahlia Murder, Dying Fetus, Spite, and Vomit Forth. Yeah, we're like a month into it right now. Yeah.
That's epic, and that's a very heavy lineup. And it takes me to my first question, which is we're really excited for Angelmaker to finally make it down under to Australia. But you're coming with a little bit of a different band to the kind of lineup you just went through. You're coming with Sylosis. Talk to me a bit about that kind of touring lineup. Are you hoping to just gain a few more fans through a different kind of fan base?
Yeah, I mean we've been planning to come to Australia. We've had a couple tours fall through. Um, we got the offer from them, I guess, about 6 months ago, and we thought it would be a great opportunity to just finally make it happen. They're definitely a different genre than us, but we felt like not quite different enough where it would be detrimental. Different fan bases coming together, and then hopefully, people be excited to see us coming down for the first time. So, yeah.
I think it's not something that's new for us either, as we've played with so many different kind of adjacent bands before that it's not something that's crazy to us in that it would discourage us from doing a tour like that. And the fact that we even get the opportunity to essentially travel the world and play with some sick bands, like I know Matt loved Sylosis and was a big advocate for it. So it's exciting.
It's great. We love diverse packages. It's a great opportunity to just bring a whole bunch of metal fans together. So it should be awesome. Tickets are selling like crazy. So it's going to be great. And your love for Australia actually goes back a far way. In 2016, you did a split with A Night in Texas from our sunny state in Queensland. Do you remember how that one came about?
Yeah. I remember at the time, A Night in Texas and Angelmaker were kind of always talked about in the same circles. Um, we had joked for even years before we decided to actually do it about eventually doing it. And I was talking to Corey from A Night in Texas, and we had just come out with our first full length record, and it'd been like a year, and we weren't prepared to write another full length record. So yeah, I think I just hit up Corey. I'm like, we were still kind of at the same level. We were always talked about the same circles, Angel Maker Night in Texas. And I was just like, dude, we got to do it. Let's just finally do it.
That's epic. And if you were to do a split today with any band on the planet, who would it be? Just on the spot.
Whew. Oh, we go around, yeah. We'll go around.
Go
You have to
around.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or someone else.
Does anyone have an idea? Yeah, I have to think about that for a second.
Take your time.
I think honestly, for me, just like as like an OG metal band would be with like Michelle Paris. Like that'd be sick. And then they're like also a big song of us too. That'd be like one of the top ones for me, I think. I think a cool split actually would be with the Despised Icon. Yeah, that would go hard.
Yeah.
They're like Canadian brothers in this band. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
I'm so
West
amped.
Coast
That's
and
what
East
I was. That's
Coast.
what I was thinking. They're always in mind because again, yeah, it's so funny us doing a split with a band across the world, but doing one kind of hometown a little bit
Yeah.
would be really.
Yeah. Yeah. I would be happy with this spice.
Yeah. I think that's collectively all we all agree on that. Like, crazy.
Yeah, probably one of our biggest creations for sure.
Yeah.
So it would
What?
mesh well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess for more original, it would be that or something that was genre adjacent, something that we'd be into that kind of influenced us. Like I don't know, we'd always considered getting like Full of Hell or these other crazy bands to collab. So doing a insane split like would be crazy.
Well, I'm glad you said despised icon because what I was going to ask you guys is that here in Australia, everyone around the world says that there's something in the water around here in terms of metalcore bands, right? And I feel like in Canada, there's something in the water around deathcore bands, like with Brand of Sacrifice coming to Australia actually this month, Carcosa, and some of the others you've mentioned already. your corner of the world produces some pretty gnarly deathcore. What's going on in the waters over there?
Think it. I mean, people used to say that about Canada in regards to thrash metal, actually. So I don't know when everyone started. Despise Icon's been doing it forever. They're kind of like the old heads of Canadian deathcore, and then it's just been in the last 10 years, I think, that Angelmaker and Carcosa, Brand of Sacrifices, they're a pretty new band when you think about it. Like, they've only been kicking it for
less than 10 years.
Yeah. But what's in the water? I mean,
It's very clean water.
Yeah, it's fresh, maybe really hydrated.
there's like
Nice.
no reason to be making angry music.
Right? Like that's my whole thing. You guys are so happy and friendly. Like, is it because you're repressing all the anger that it's coming out through the music? Because I'm okay with that. It sounds healthy.
It's a good outlet.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, let's get on to the music stuff. So, a bit of change happening in the band right now. You've got Rings of Saturn's Ian Bearer jumping in to replace Mike Greenwood. How did you find Ian? How did you determine he was your guy?
We had a discussion where we all said, if we could pick one person to fill that role, we kind of had like a vote. Everyone would go around in a circle and like say a name, just like your perfect replacement. And we all collectively were like Ian Bearer. Yeah. And I'm like, well, like we were good friends with Ian. We first toured with him back in 2017 on Summer Slaughter, and we became friends on that tour. He was friends with all of us. Insane vocalist, and someone who had just been out of the scene like prematurely, and a really good dude. So we all just said Ian Bearer, and then like a month after that, I just gave him a call, and that's kind of how it all came together. It's just like our first pick.
Nice. It sounds pretty much exactly the same to the question of who would you do a split EP with, and it was like Despise Icon. So maybe that's how decisions happen in Angelmaker.
Yeah, we have different opinions on certain things, but a lot of things as well that we just kind of align with. And at the end of the day, there's 7 of us, so there's so many, and like it's never going to be a split vote. Like it's ultimately a democracy. So if we have 4 guys saying they want to do one thing and 3 guys say they don't want to, it's always going to go down to the majority. So it's a pretty healthy environment in that sense. But yeah, like I feel a lot of the time we all just kind of like are with it, I guess.
Yeah, we're on the stage with a lot of stuff usually. But yeah, people do have like it is what Colton's saying. It's sometimes there's a lot of different personalities, but like we usually collectively agree upon like pretty much. It's like a very healthy environment when we do stuff like that. So
I think where we're at now too, it's really positive in that no one will get to kind of butthurt, or there's not really any sort of internal drama, which is kind of crazy. Again, 7 members, it can be really intense, but I think we make it work really well, at least for that amount or what people could potentially perceive.
Yeah, you've got to have a band that gels well, who can make decisions and feel like you're part of something, because you spend your lives together, touring, recording, and all the rest of it. It sounds like you could lend a hand to some other bands around there in the scene.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of, I mean, you have a lot of like 4-piece bands, and they have a very difficult time being together. So we're very lucky. Yeah.
I love that. Now, with Ian, you guys have already released a new track. It's very fresh. Relinquish just came out. Tell us about the track. What was it like working with Ian? And it was sort of your one of your first releases post Sanctum. Tell us about it.
Yeah. Who wants to talk about it first? Number one, working with Ian, I guess, like we'll start with Ian. Like working with Ian has been a dream, and he delivers exactly what we could have ever hoped for, honestly. And so that side of things was just a breeze. His vocals are insane. Yeah.
And, it's also very validating, the whole experience as well, when you have someone that's new and you have your concerns because you don't know how it's going to go integration wise, how they're going to feel about it. And the fact that there was, I guess, a display of confidence and that kind of full circle of just trying to make him feel comfortable with the whole experience. Everything went really, really well, and we're insanely hyped on the final product. I mean, we're still really excited about just all the momentum. I think everything kind of behind it, and I think we're just excited for more.
Yeah. We've been playing it. We've been playing the new single "Relinquished" on this tour that we're currently on. It's a lot of fun to play personally. It's got a lot of there's kind of some black metal kind of rock, black and roll kind of rockin' stuff at the beginning, and then it goes into kind of this dreamy thing, and then we go right into kind of, I guess, more like a metalcore, deathcore, headbanging kind of stuff. It's kind of encompasses a lot of things that we like to do. And again, it was like one of those songs when we were writing this record that we don't have like a single in mind when we're writing the record. We'll finish the record, and then we all just sit around and listen to it, and we vote on what we think the first single should be. So that's kind of what happened with this one as well. And
the entire recording.
So am I hearing that there is a whole new Angelmaker album that's been recorded?
Maybe, yes.
No, we rewrite one song at a time. All singles, only singles.
Yeah,
Nice,
there's going to be
nice.
some stuff coming along in that regard. But this is the beginning.
Very cool. Well, we're really excited. It's been a minute since Sanctum. You got a slightly new lineup, hot new single, and I'm taking it as a whole new record's been recorded. So we are bloody ready to go. Is that a 2025 piece?
That's the goal. Yeah. We had a bit of a time crunch. We wanted to announce Ian and have a new single out. Like, that was priority, was announcing Ian and then immediately being like, we've got Ian, we've got new music. So we scrambled together to get a music video going. So it's going to be a little bit of time before we start really, getting into the album cycle. But this is, the first one. It'll be a little bit, but it's done.
We're very
So will I
stoked.
get to hear some of it in Australia in February?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I love that. So can you shed anything on what's happened to Mike, why he might have left the band?
It's something we can't really talk about a whole lot, other than it was something that we needed to do, and something we needed to do in order to, continue doing this in a happy and healthy way. Honestly, without saying a whole lot, which we haven't yet. But I'm sure in time, there'll be, time to have that discussion. But we can't really talk a whole lot about it.
You can tell you guys have been around for a while because you're like super media and PR trained. Like, I'm trying to get all these secrets out of you, and you're like fully tight-lipped.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think this is probably like only the third time we've ever done an interview. I've probably only done the interview 3 times.
Yeah, I've done less than 5.
Well, let's get some practice, hey? So look, February's coming around really fast. We just had Halloween and Christmas coming around. Before you know it, Angelmaker are going to be in Australia. Besides hearing some new tunes, what can Australian fans expect from seeing Angelmaker live for the very first time?
We're gonna try and do like an all-star set. We want to give the fans a little bit of everything, like we're gonna have some new stuff, but we're gonna focus on giving them the experience, that they haven't been able to have before. So we're gonna have a lot of songs that kind of span the entire discography. We pack in a lot of songs. Like, there's not a lot of fucking around.
Yeah.
It's like we play a song, we play the next song. Like, there'll be a lot of songs, and there'll be a lot of that's what else do you guys think?
It's so funny just what to expect. Just again, remember 7 dudes on stage. There's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I hope everyone it really enjoys it. I think it's just kind of, I don't know, even just watching videos of our band, sometimes I just see all these dudes on stage and it just looks so crazy.
Yeah.
And then for us to I guess design a set list that we think is really appropriate for a bunch of people who have most likely never seen us before, unless they've traveled to North America to see us. I think it's gonna be cool. Yeah. I hope people really like it.
We're gonna do some shoots.
Yeah. We've been
Alrighty,
warned.
Let me know if you want to practice. That's a lot of dudes on stage. It's a lot of sensory overload. I'm ready. We'll bring our shoes. Let's party.
Let's do it.
Awesome, guys. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with us here at Wall of Sound. We can't wait to see you guys come down to Australia with Sylosis in February, and wishing you all the best of luck.
Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be, it's a dream come true for us to come down there finally. So
Yeah, super excited.
thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you soon.